Hello guys, it's Nemeka Anslem, your professional realtor here again. Today I've come with my real estate teachings, and today I want to enlighten us about, should you buy a swampy land? Should you buy a water-locked land? That is a question I've come to answer today. So there is a general perspective and opinion that it is not good to buy swampy land. But then I want to answer that question today, so that I'm going to bring in some other unconventional perspective to the question of investing on swampy land, or what we call waterlogged land. Now, should you buy or invest in waterlogged land or swampy land? Now, the question has two answers. It's a yes and it's a no. It's a no if the swampy land or the waterlogged land is in a flood-prone area. If it's a flood-prone area, that is an area that suffers from flooding. Flooding is an area that suffers from flooding. Then don't even buy that land for 1,000 naira. If it's an area that suffers from flooding, don't buy that land for 1,000 naira. But no matter what you do, the flood will still come once in a while and will submerge the whole land, and then you'll be useless to do anything at all. Alright? So if the area, the land you want to invest in is in the flood prone area, don't buy it. But if the swampy land is not in a flood prone area, then yes, invest in it. I'll tell you how to go about it. Now, any land that is swampy can be turned to dry land. In as much as it's not in a flood prone area, you can turn any land, any swampy land, to a dry land. All you need to do is to fill it with sand, then make it dry. That is all you need to do. So how do you invest in this kind of properties? You need to negotiate the price. If the price is like 10 million, negotiate with the owner of the land and probably get it for half the price. Then get a professional engineer that will give you the cost of filling the land with sand or ground in order to make it dry. So now the cost of filling will be gotten from the price of the land. So if it's 10 million and cost of filling maybe is 3 million, you have to remove it to buy the land at a cheap price. So if you buy at a cheap rate, then you fill the land with sand or whatever, make it dry, and then you can now sell it times 4. Such properties are very, very lucrative investment. You can now sell it at a higher price. Why? Because you have turned the land to dry ground. So once the location of a swampy land is very good and it's not in a flood-prone environment or area, it's a good investment. All you need to do is negotiate and buy the land at a cheap price, and then turn the swampy land to dry land and sell times 4 of the price. So the land you bought for 5 million that is swampy land, after turning to dry land, you can sell it for 15-20 million naira. That is huge profit. That is how you invest in swampy areas. But then you need the expertise of a professional engineer who can able to give you the right advice on how to go about turning the land from swampy to dry land. You can turn any swampy land to dry land in as much as it is not in a flooded environment. Because if it's a flooded environment, don't buy it. You'll be wasting your money. Because once flood comes, the Kainji dams or any of the dams as is flooded, they will open it, they will release it, and water will flow and get into every area within Nigeria, and then your land is messed up. The swampy land will now, water will now come above water level, and everything will be submerged and be useless. So my friends, I advise you, if you get a swampy land in a good location that's not a flooded area, go ahead and buy it and invest. You make much money from it.